This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning into another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. The Knicks had the gutsiest win of the season to date. Let's analyze. Going into this game against Atlanta, I said, you know what? Let's throw everything out. The Knicks have hit the 50-win mark. And right before the playoffs start, they get a chance to have a good barometer as to where they stand. You know, the final 4 games of the season are no joke. Atlanta, Boston, the Raptors, and Charlotte. All 4 teams should be playoff bound. You know, Charlotte likely through the play-in, but all those teams, whether it's Atlanta, Charlotte, they're no pushovers. They're no pushovers. Now, I wanted to see how the Knicks were going to handle this, this being their final road game of the season. And Atlanta's been balling. That's why they were able to get rid of Trae Young with the emergence of Johnson, who I did want a few years ago in the draft or whatever. But anyway, that's who they've built the team around, Jalen Johnson. And and this guy's a triple-double guy, and they've got talent over there. That team, they're athletic. They've got they've got guys on the wings that can give Brunson a headache. The Brunson stopper in Dyson Daniels, he did it again. I got to clap it up for the self-proclaimed Jalen Brunson stopper, who fouled out. Jalen Brunson again. Remember Jalen Brunson did that to him? I think Jalen Brunson a few seasons ago, maybe a season or two, he waived, or I think he gave him the six fingers. Let him know. Yeah, all right. Jalen Brunson, and obviously that's tongue in cheek, because say what you will. Now, some will say, well, Jalen Brunson was struggling, blah, blah, blah. Look, man, Jalen Brunson he played a Tom Thibodeau-like game where he let the game dictate what he was going to do. And how many assists did JB have? He had a double-double. But he had, I want to say he had 13 assists. And this game to me was a gritty, gritty, grimy, and this was a great start to the final 4 games. I was impressed, and I said this was possibly the best game of the season. And I'm reminded of, obviously when Alvarado, he had his Knicks moment, in my opinion, against the Rockets. The Knicks came back from 18. It was a nationally televised game. I believe it was a Saturday night, and the Knicks found a way to win. But I remember that game. But this game stands out to me because for the first time in a while, and we've seen flashes at times, the Knicks look like they have. If this team, the Knicks are kind of like the Infinity Stones. Voltron is like what I call it when things come together. And it's just like sometimes you'll see OG have a stretch. Sometimes you'll see Nickeil have a stretch, especially when Brunson is out. Sometimes you'll see Cat, have a stretch, but Brunson is always the constant. Right now, this was the first game, and I don't know when. This is something that I saw. 2 things that I saw. First of all, you saw the wings in OG and Nickeil carry the team in the first half. Both had 13 points, right? So the wings, right? They both had 13 points at halftime. Nickeil finished with 15. OG finished with 22, right? But then in the third quarter, Karl-Anthony Towns took over. What did he have? 13 points, carried the team. He finished with 21 points, 12 rebounds, double-double machine, six assists. Now, remember that number, right? 6 assists. And Jalen Brunson had, what did he have? I want to say JB had 13 points going into the fourth, and he ended up with 17 in the fourth quarter. And he took the Knicks home. He finished with 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 30 points, 13 assists. So between the Knicks stars, they had 19 assists, right? And I think for me, one thing that I've always been calling for is if you've got a talented guy in Karl-Anthony Towns who's a passer and Jalen Brunson, why don't they do pick and roll, pick and pop, or run a two-man action? Like, why don't they do that? And I saw it for the first time. And there's, against this Atlantic Hawks team, and it looked unstoppable, right? It looked unstoppable. And then these guys would, even if it was Brunson would pick and then roll, and then Cat would find him or what have you. There was two-man action going, and the Hawks were kind of, they haven't seen that look before. The NBA hasn't seen that look yet. And they asked Mike Brown about it, and Mike Brown, I was like, oh, okay. Mikey Brown is not coaching through the media. And I said, you know what? My last video, I said, I think Mike Brown is playing chess. I think Mike Brown is keeping it close to the vest. He's not giving. And now, anybody can pull up video and see what was going on. If I saw it, if you saw it, we all saw that they wanted to work that two-man action for Brunson and Cat to get used to it. Then you saw a little bit of the Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson also. Mitchell Robinson had extended minutes, y'all. Yeah, he did. Mitch, 20 minutes. 20 minutes, he had 8 points, and Mitchell Robinson with the 12 rebounds. Now, it was a surprise to me, but the Hawks out-rebounded rebounded the Knicks. They out-rebounded them, right? To the tune of the Knicks, I believe, had 12. They had 12 to Atlanta's 19. And the Knicks still found a way to win. But the fact that the Big Four, it showed like, okay, Bridges and OG could carry the team. I'm like, if the Knicks can play like this, Karl-Anthony Towns said it in his postgame, they can beat anybody. I've always believed that. So this is what I meant when we'll see when it matters against the Detroit Pistons. We will see, because there's a level that even when the Knicks beat the Celtics, they did not see, like Nickeil Bridges was very clutch and in that series, right? Taking over games with Brunson and carrying the team. Now, if OG's going to be aggressive OG like this is going to be, and this is going to be a very dangerous team and a fun team to watch with 3 games left to go as they get ready for when it matters. I think, so the Knicks are playing 9 guys, and Alvarado and as well as Mo Diawara are out of the rotation. Or are they? I mean, look, right now, Deuce McBrizzle, he's a bigger guy than Alvarado. He can guard, and he plays defense well, and unfortunately, Alvarado, I think, might have lost his spot in the rotation, the playoff rotation, because of his shot has been inconsistent, but doesn't mean that we're not going to see Alvarado. Does not mean that we're not going to see Mo Diawara. I think, here's the thing. I think the Knicks have to let the game dictate how it's going to be played, right? The great thing here is that the Knicks, and I hope that Mike Brown is not married to this 9-man rotation no matter what. If as the playoffs loom, you can break glass and play a Mo Diawara, Jeremy Shohan, a Tyler Kolak. If you need to. Now I know in the playoffs you play an 8-man to 9-man rotation. I want the Knicks to possibly consider 10, but it looks like they're going with a 9-man rotation, which is fine. Just be willing to use your whatever you have to win the game. And I think Mike Brown has shown that he can do that. And Mike Brown, after this game, I'm all right with this Knicks team. They've tied the win total of last year. They've got 3 more games, so whatever they get, another game is going to be a 1-game improvement from what they did last year. And I believe the Knicks definitely, this game against Boston, the next game on Thursday, is going to be a lot of fun. I think, and what is it? They're about 3.5 back, whatever it is. I don't think the Knicks will get that second seed, but who knows? Somebody's they've both won 3 in a row, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Don't know if Boston plays one before the Knicks game, but look, somebody's going to. The Knicks ended the Atlanta Hawks win streak at home of 13. Oh wow, Hornets Celtics play tonight, so we're going to be Knicks fans. We're rooting for the Hornets to find a way to beat the Celtics, help the Knicks out. But hey, man. This is what you play 82 games for, when it matters. I loved what I saw with that 2-man game, and I loved that this team was gritty, grimy. Mitchell Robinson, man, listen, the Knicks have everything in the toolbox to make some noise and to win it all. Do they put it together? We're going to find out. We are going to find out. But we are going to see. We are going to see. Now it's that time. Congratulations to Michael Malone, who is rumored to be the next UNC hire. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, folks. I'm on most social media platforms at Sam I Analyze. Please like, share, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.